Welcome to Surflight Theater's preview. This is 2019, and we're talking about the first show of the season, which is Holiday Inn. But I got to tell you, there's something very special about this particular array of previews that we're doing, and that is that this is our 70th anniversary year. Big news. 70 years ago, on June 27th, 1950, the first show was done at Surflight. It wasn't here at the theater. It was in a sandy lot on the beach with a sort of a circus tent around it. And Joe Hayes, the original founder of Surflight Theater, put this all together, and it became a tremendous hit. And there's going to be a book about this event that's coming out on the 27th of June. So keep your eyes and ears open, and you'll hear all about this new book called Joe's Dream, The Magic of Surflight Theater. But now let's get into our first offering of the year on the main stage, and that is Holiday Inn. So this guy next to me, as you know, is, first of all, I guess I should introduce myself.
It's up to you.
I'm Al Paradello, and this is Steve Steiner, the producing artistic director of Surflight Theater. He's the guy who makes all the decisions. So why Holiday Inn?
Because it's a cool show.
Am I going to do all the talking here?
No, it's a wonderful show. It's the first of all 9 productions this year that are Surflight premieres. They've all never been performed on this stage before. Holiday Inn is an old style show that was actually just produced in 2016 on Broadway, and we're very pleased to bring this great dancing show. It's a really old style show with its tongue slightly in its cheek about the style of the show and old style musical comedies. And that's what it is. It's a musical comedy with a Surflight connection, by the way. And you didn't even know this. The musical director for the Broadway production was Andy Einhorn, who was here as our assistant musical director in 2004 and our musical director for 2005. He's now the king of Broadway. Everybody wants him.
You know, one of the things that I've learned in putting together this brand new book, Joe's Dream, is the research that I've done about all of the amazing people who actually started their careers right here. Mm-hmm. Andy is one of them.
Yes, he is.
He is celebrated in the book. And we won't go on and on now about it, but when you read these names and what they do and what they've done, you will be as excited as we are. And let's talk about the latest person who started here.
Okay.
A few days ago, the Tony Awards were on, and there was this moment that was breathtaking, where this woman who was in a wheelchair, who now is playing in the production of Oklahoma, the new production of Oklahoma on Broadway, and her name is Allie Stroker. And Allie basically won the award, and guess where she started?
Right here.
Right here. And
You
this
bet.
is the guy who worked with her, and that's just amazing to me.
When she was a freshman in college, she auditioned for us and absolutely blew us away. She actually was the first person in the room of that audition because she got up at some ridiculous hour, like 3 or 4 in the morning, to be there first. She came in and she sang, and we knocked us off our chairs as we said, we have to figure out how to make this work. She's just too good. So in 2006, she did our season of shows here at Surflight Theater. She was in Miss Saigon and Boys from Syracuse and Grease and what have you. Yeah.
In a wheelchair.
Yeah, oh sure.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. So we could not be more proud of the fact that Allie just has won this amazing Tony Award. So good for us. Now, let's get on with the presentation here. So Holiday Inn, how did it start? 1942, a movie. And this was an expression of Irving Berlin himself. He's the guy who said, I've got an idea, and let's work on it. Let's try to put this together. And in a nutshell, what was the idea, Steve?
Well, it was let's do a show, let's do a movie that has songs celebrating all the holidays in the United States.
Which is pretty cool. But it's the unique part of this is that the trend line is a Vermont Inn. Vermont.
It's actually in Connecticut.
I'm sorry, a Connecticut Inn.
Vermont's later.
That's right. Connecticut Inn, where these show business type people, all wanting to have fun, wanting to express themselves, they found this place, and a person bought it, one of the performers, and now it's like, what do we do with it? It's kind of like, sort of hidden up here, and there's not too many people who come here. What can we do? And that's where the idea comes from.
Yeah.
So let's just come here and do performances to celebrate America, all of the great American holidays. Now, the thing about the show, there's 10 things about the show, but to me, the thing about the show is the music. And the music and the singing and the dancing, it's like this stage comes alive. The songs, the great songs, of course, are?
Sure. Well, I mean, there's Holiday Inn, there's White Christmas, of course.
Right.
There's a song about Thanksgiving. There's a song about Valentine's Day. And of course, Heat Wave is very early on in the show. That has nothing to do with the holiday, but you could take a holiday with that Heat Wave.
But I have to tell you, we saw the show a couple of days ago, and I was just blown away by the dancing. These people, our cast is working so hard on this show. If you love great dancing, a lot of high kicking, a lot of jumping, a lot of tumbles, a lot of whatever they do on stage, with great music, you've got to come and see this show. Holiday Inn is a hit, and little information. It opened on Broadway in 2016 at Studio 54 through Roundabout Theater. It was a hit there. It went all over the world, many different countries, a lot of great reviews, and suddenly, what do we do with the show? Let's bring it to Surflight, and I think that was a great idea. A couple of things I wanted to tell you. I personally, you may not know my background, but one of the things I did was to develop the satellite for the entertainment industry. So I put a lot of these companies, Home Box Office, Showtime, Ted Turner, all that stuff on the satellite. So I was like Mr. Satellite for a few years of my life, and I received a phone call one day from a guy, and his name was Kemmons Wilson. Kemmons Wilson. And he basically said, I have a couple of hotels, and I'm thinking of putting movies in the hotels, and I'd like you to tell me, should I be doing this by satellite? So I said, well, it really has everything to do with the amount of hotels, because the cost might be too high if you only have, a couple of hotels. So how many hotels do you have? He said, a couple thousand. And I said, what are you talking about? So he said, my company is Holiday Inn. And ironically, when I did the research about this interview, it turns out that it's named Holiday Inn because he saw the original movie.
There we are.
Yeah, with Bing Crosby, Fred Astaire, Virginia Dale. And he just thought that that might be the perfect name to call his company. So ironically, just a little aside, Holiday Inn, when you stay there, it's because of this presentation you're going to see here at Surflight Theater. So what are the difficulties of this show? What were the...
Well, the first thing is just rehearsing it in 2 weeks. It's an enormous show, huge dance numbers, lots of tap, lots of specialty tricks. Shaking the Blues Away is the one that has the jump rope.
Oh my God, you're not going to believe this, folks. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I'm not going to go into great detail. All I'm going to say to you is that there's a scene with jump ropes that will just, you'll think you're on another planet. I don't know how these people do what they do, but it's quite amazing. So come here, come see Holiday Inn. It is so worth your while. The thing ends on June 23rd, so, let's get your tickets and come on in and enjoy this one. This is a great offering from Surflight Theater. Now, how do you get your tickets? Very simple. You just go to surflight.org. surflight.org. Or call this number, 609-492-9477. Steve, any last words?
Yeah, when the guy starts droning on, ignore him, just press 1. You'll go right to the box office.
Ah, you mean the phone guy?
That's right.
Because no one's droning on in this show.
No, not in this. There are no drones here.
Hey, we'll see you next time. Thank you.